Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation following. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, please bless our elected officials, grant them the wisdom to know and the courage to do what is right for all citizens. Amen.
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 The council was in a budget meeting prior to this regular city council meeting, and we were just informed that our former DPW director, longtime friend, Paul Theodelum, passed away this afternoon, so we'd like to have a moment of silence in his memory. Thank you. Our condolences out to the Theodelum family, and that's a tough pill to swallow. Okay, roll call, please.
Allen?
Here.
Green?
Here.
LaFour?
Here.
Mistravich?
Here.
Reindell?
Here.
Ricks?
Here.
Warren?
Here.
Good to see everybody here tonight. Approval of the minutes for the city council meeting of April 3rd would be in order.
Motion.
Support.
What's been made and supported, is there any discussion on those minutes? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Any audience comments on any non-agenda items? I think everybody, Representative Yark is with us this evening.
Honorable Mayor, council members, as I said, thank you again. It's always nice to get back to Richmond. And I just want to say thank you. I said, I'm Jeff Yark, state representative, for anyone in the audience that may not know. I know the council knows. I just want to say thank you for allowing me to come in an hour before the meeting to have some office hours. I'm making a point of getting around to all the communities in my district and giving an opportunity if people have concerns to share. So I just want to thank you for allowing that to happen. Just want to share a few things going on in Lansing. I want to make clear that I've not forgotten local government. I definitely fight up there to remind them that local government is, we're supposed to be partners with local government, that state officials, we're not any smarter, we just happen to be in Lansing. And so we're trying to work together. So one of the things I'm really fighting is all the unfunded mandates that are coming down. I remind my fellow legislators when bills come out that looks like there's an unfunded mandate, I kind of try to remind people that, that there's going to, that's a problem. It violates the Headley Amendment. A few other things, revenue sharing. I'm fighting to bring more revenue sharing and keep the promise of 1998 regarding revenue sharing commitments. So I'm trying to remind people that this is not charity, that revenue sharing, there's constitutional and statutory, and remember that local government is our main provider of services to our citizens, police, fire, and street lights, and roads, and so forth. Regarding road funding, I'm on the appropriation subcommittee for roads, for transportation, corrections, Laura, and Department of Health and Human Services. But regarding roads, for example, I'm committed to getting more money to roads. And one of the things is MDOT actually had 400 some positions that were unfilled, that were funded, that literally there was nobody in the seats. They were just literally money for positions just in case. And the committee I'm on, at least the House budget, is going to cut that in half and put that money into roads. And I know it's not going to fix all the world, but I mean, and the other thing is MDOT actually had 4 airplanes. And the House position is that they need to sell 2 of them. We don't think that they need that, and we think it's better spent on pavement. So just a few things I want to let everyone know what's going on in Lansing. And again, my office, we're still available to anyone. My office phone number is 517-373-0820. Feel free to contact my office. We love talking to people about issues. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jeff. Anybody else like to address City Council this evening on non-agenda items? Okay, we move on. Adoption of agenda, Mr. City Manager.
No changes.
City Council, any changes? Being not, a motion to accept the agenda as presented would be in order.
Motion.
Support.
Any discussion on the motion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Is there a motion for the consent agenda?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. Support.
Motion's been made and supported. There's no discussion on the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We have just 2 items tonight for consideration. The first one being consideration of sign requests from St. Augustine Parish Festival. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider a request from St. Augustine Catholic Church to have signage that would advertise and direct people to their annual parish festival, which is scheduled to be held the weekend of August 11th through the 13th. In previous years, they've come with a similar request for signage to be placed out and about in the community, in particular some areas where we have city limit signs, and then on some private property, and they gave a listing to council of where those would be placed. In past years, administration has recommended that people, large events, be able to place their signage out 2 weeks prior to the event. The request is for 3 weeks prior to the event, or 3 weekends prior to the event. So council, I left that open. If you follow kind of past practice, July 21st would be the time I apologize, July 21st would be what they're requesting. July 28th would be what we've approved in the past.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the special event application from St. Augustine Catholic Church to have 6 temporary signs in conjunction with their annual parish festival on August 11th through August 13th with the following conditions. Number 1, the applicant shall work with the city staff on proper placement of the signs to minimize any site visibility issues. And number 2, the signs are allowed to be displayed beginning on July 21st of 2017.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Discussion?
I think the past, it's been 2 weeks on the signs, but I'm not sure how the rest of the council feels. I just think if we have signs out for 3 weeks, we need to let each group out there for 3 weeks. You're going to have overlapping. You're going to have a lot of signs out there. I would think, a suggestion they could put 3 weeks on the site of where the event's being held, and maybe then out on the streets, go to our past practice of 2 weeks. Go that way. Just suggestions.
Mr. Mayor, I looked at this, and last year it looks like it was 18 days before the event, and then this year, if you go by the July 21st date, which was part of the motion, would be 22 days, which is an additional 4 days. So that's why I supported the motion. Just adding an additional 4 days I don't think is, out of control. I think it's acceptable. So that's why I supported the motion.
When we, as the city manager stated, kind of have an unwritten policy of the 2 weeks, this is a for instance. If you're going to give them 3 weeks, then Good Old Days is going to go 3 weeks, and we're going to have a week of our signs being out in the exact same location as theirs. And that's why we don't do the 3 weeks. That's one of the reasons. Besides the fact that they're out there for 3 weeks, people almost don't even see them anymore. If I was running St. Augustine's Festival, I'd probably want to put one out in front of St. Augustine the week before, that the 2 weeks come in, because it wouldn't bother any other, such as the Good Old Days Festival or any other activity that we may have in the community that would do the same thing. I think these, as far as I know, these are the only 2 that use signs that large during the year, because the Winterfest has not put any signs up.
They haven't in a while. They're the 2 festivals that put out signs this large. The Summer Concert Series does put out signs in some of these same locations. They usually kind of just do it the week before.
Yeah.
And again, those are more your real estate size signs.
But that comes before the city council also.
Yeah,
for
certainly,
permission.
if you go 3 weeks before the festival, like, as you mentioned, Mr. Mayor, some of those locations, you're going to have 2 4x6 signs on the same site.
Yeah. Any other comments?
So what do we want to do?
Cindy, did you want to address city council at all on this issue? You have to come to so they can hear you on TV, otherwise they can't hear you.
The 2 weeks is fine. I don't have a problem with that. If I could just maybe get it like the 27th. I have someone help me put these signs up, my brother.
Yeah.
And if he goes up north and I'm lost without him, so if I can have the 27th, which would be a Thursday, he could at least help me get them up for the weekend. And then I just want to make sure, did I have 6? I want to make sure I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I had 6 signs included, and one was going in front of the parish.
Okay.
In front of the
That's
parish.
one of the, so,
Right, is included in there. So if I could get from July 27th through August, what did I say, 15th, giving me a couple days to get them down. Yeah, August 15th. Is that a possibility? That would be fine. Or whatever you want to do.
No, I thought,
So, that's fine.
this is, so we gotta change the 13th to the 15th in the motion also then?
Yeah.
oh, okay.
The original motion is just actually saying when their festival is.
Oh, okay.
Probably a way to do it if, and I'm not trying to put words in council's into the motion, but would be to change the second condition to be displayed beginning on July 27th and being taken down by August 15th.
Okay, August 14th. Yeah, let's get our
August
dates straightened around here. We got some last year dates and some new dates. The actual festival itself is held when, Cindy? Festival on 8/11 through 13? Okay. Mr. City Manager, you said to have them down by the 15th?
That's what Cindy
Yeah.
just asked
Yeah.
for, to give her a couple extra days after, yes,
Yeah,
correct.
Okay. Okay, so the 27th, the 15th. Okay. We needed if council so wishes, they can amend the motion that's on the table already that called for the 21st.
Yes, I will amend the motion. The second condition, the signs are allowed to be displayed beginning on July 27th, 2017, and taken down by August 15th of 2017.
I will still support that.
Okay. I don't know if you can legally amend your own motion, but we're going to let her go tonight.
I thought it was required. I thought you had to change your own. She made it, so I thought she had to change it.
Oh, no, no. Anybody can amend a motion. I guarantee you. Robert's Rules of Order.
Okay.
Anybody. I'm not sure that the person who made the original can make the amended motion since they already have a motion on the table. I'm not sure about that. I don't have that in front of me. But anybody can amend the motion at any time I'm not sure. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's the whole idea of an amended motion, that somebody else has a different thought on the original motion, especially after conversation like we have now. Okay. We'll check on that for future use. Okay, is there any other discussion? Is there any audience participation on this item? Back to the table? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Hopefully you have good weather, Cindy. Second item is consideration of approving the request to conduct the National Day of Prayer. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider a request from the Richmond area pastors to recognize Thursday, May 4th, 2017 as National Day of Prayer. In previous years, the city has recognized the National Day of Prayer by allowing the Richmond area pastors to publicly pray in front of City Hall. They do that from 12:20 to 12:40. Also, in the past, the Richmond Rotary Club has brought pizza in for a pizza luncheon afterwards. Last year was our first year in this facility, and they had the pizza luncheon in the council chambers here.
Very good. Pastor Egley, would you like to say a little bit about what your request is here?
Well, I'd like to thank council for considering the National Day of Prayer. It's been now an established thing that we've been doing in Richmond. And obviously, from my point of view, I think it's a very good thing because the responsibility that you guys have for the citizens of Richmond are definitely need the favor of God. And I've said this before, that I've seen this council in action, and I've seen the good-hearted things that you're doing, and I believe that God is truly blessing what you're doing. So on behalf of the pastors, I would like to thank you for considering this motion. And also this year, Pastor Weiss's wife will be singing the God Bless America, so you don't have to put up with me singing it. Those of you who had to endure that last year. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you. Okay, is there a motion?
I make a motion to authorize the mayor to sign the proclamation recognizing Thursday, May 4th, 2017 as the National Day of Prayer. Further, that members of council, other city officials, and the public be invited to publicly pray in front of the city offices from 12:20 p.m. to 12:40 p.m. on this day.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion? We appreciate you doing this every year, and your father before you, who I believe started all this.
Yeah, how many years now has it been? Any idea? Yeah, I know it's been.
I know it's been 10 years since he's gone, so.
10 years since he's gone?
Yeah.
Really?
He had done it probably 15 years prior to that.
I can't remember. I'm not sure how long it's been.
And I'd like to also
Been a long
thank,
time.
John, because every year John sends out an email saying, hey, it's coming up, you know. And this year it just happened to be the day that the secretary was gonna send out the email to John. She was getting ready to send it out. She checked the email and there was one from him.
Very good. Okay, any other discussion on the motion? Any other comments from the public? Back to the table? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Again, we thank you. That was it for the items for consideration. City manager's comments, sir?
I just wanted to thank council for coming in early tonight to handle one of the budget workshops, and for the next two meetings, to have budget workshops over our next two regularly scheduled council meetings. Now that we've gotten past this first one, administration will get the budget packet out at least a week before your next two workshops, so you have a little bit more time to go through the background information.
It was done very well for this one. As per usual, we appreciate all the information. Okay, moving on, council comments. Dennis?
Yep, I just was going to comment on John and the staff, how well they did preparing everything. It went very smooth tonight, I think.
Jamie?
I agree with what he said.
Emily?
I wanted to share that St. Peter's Lutheran School will be having a community collection of small electronics on May 13th. It's a Saturday. It'll begin at 10 a.m. and go until 2 p.m. It's a free event. We're encouraging anyone to bring in old electronics, and we're having a company come out and load the items into trucks. It's completely free. Goodwill offerings are accepted.
And you said that was from 10 o'clock in the morning
Yes, till 2 p.m.
till 2 p.m. on the 13th of May.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. John?
Nothing.
Rob?
Nothing tonight.
I concur.
As I do too. We'll go right to the calendar, today being the 17th of April. We have the library spring book and more sale. Hopefully the camera can pick that up. That's going to be April 19th through the 22nd. That is put on by the Friends of the Lois Wagner Memorial Library. They have a preview night on Wednesday from 4 to 7, Thursday and Friday from 9 a.m. to 4:30, Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., which is a $2 bag day. Whatever books you can stick in a bag, you can get for $2. And all donations, of course, are accepted. And that, again, is put on by the Friends of Lois Wagner Memorial Library. We We have the TIFA meeting being held on the 26th still,
Yes.
right here at City Hall at 7 o'clock. And we have the Richmond Little League opening day is going to be April 29th. The Vintage Market that is going to be held in the municipal parking lot, North Main Street on the west side. That will be held from 9 till 4 on the 29th of April. That takes us into May. The next regular city council meeting will be held on Monday, the 1st, right here at City Hall. But of course, the city council will be meeting at 5:30 at City Hall to again go through the budget with the city manager and other department heads. Recreation Board will meet on the 2nd at 7 o'clock. And as stated, the National Day of Prayer will be on Thursday, the 4th, right here at City Hall from 12:20 to 12:40. And we invite everybody to come down. All meetings are definitely held in public. And I believe that is it. Is there anything else that we need to add to the calendar?
Just one I forgot to write on there. The streetscape meeting is Monday, the 24th, I believe. Is that the?
Yes.
At 6 p.m.
Streetscape meeting, 6 o'clock, City Hall on the 24th. Okay. Moving on, there is no closed session this evening. Is there any other business of the city council? Being not, we need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. There is no discussion on the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We thank you for being with us tonight.
That's you.